Vibes from me to you, coming to you yet again with another opportunity for you to do your work. Today's topic is of great interest because literally before stepping in here, I just watched a video and read an article on where clearly effective communication did not take place. Now, mind you, when we view things, there's always an opportunity to be aware of what is and what is not the whole reality. Fact of the matter is, in front of a camera, you see one thing, but behind scenes, there could be something totally different. So let's allow space and grace as they work things through and as they just continue to do what's needed and necessary to be their best selves. But let me go ahead and say this as we talk about communication. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause for the teachers who do show up each and every day inside of those classrooms, especially after the year and continuing on into another year in a pandemic. If you have no idea how big of a stressor it already is to be in that kind of an environment as a staff member or scholar, then you have no idea how much things have changed and where we are today. My biggest concern is making sure we show up as our best self, regardless of title, regardless of role, regardless of how old or young you are. Because if each person is focused on their personal wellness, then guess what? Imagine a world happy, healthy, and healed, and imagine interactions going better than before. So let's get right into our mindful moment. Make sure you have your reflective detective journal. Make sure you take your notes because this is for you just as much as it is for me. Number 2, I need you to make sure you remember your Beatitudes of personal wellness. Please, please, please be positive. When you are doing your work, it's important to make sure that you love on yourself. Be positive and have an open mind. Make sure that you are present. Show up for yourself each day. Make sure you are committed to your journey. Don't expect change to happen overnight. This is not a flip of the switch and you're a brand new me. This is literally a breaking down, a tearing down, a shuffling through a toy box with broken toys, finding pieces so that you can be your best self. This is literally possibly having to go get help in order to fix what's already been broken. So when we talk about being our best selves, having an overnight quick fix, this is not the channel for you. This is really about the longevity of that work. And then lastly, make sure you are aware. The universe has a way of reminding you of what it is that you're working on and doing. And it definitely provides you possibilities and opportunities along the way to continue on your journey. So peace and love on your journey to greatness. We are awakened each and every day as the sun rises and we can feel his warm presence in our lives. We give thanks to another opportunity to build what is broken and to heal what is hurting. May each session serve as a guide as you embrace your truth to discover hidden treasures. I am worthy of all the good that life has to offer me. So I must sow the best me daily in order to reap the good harvest in life. In this moment, I seek the light and invite God into this space. May I be guided by he who created me in order to empower his people through their process, minimize me so that I may maximize you. Strengthen our commitment to self-care that we will last an eternity building each other up. We are fit to fight the good fight for our families. And even though the work may be uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and can be draining at times, this work is hard. We can do it. Give us space and grace to love and to be loved through it all. Strengthen us as we take this journey that we may endure as we continue to do our work for everlasting peace and prosperity. Ashe. So one of the things we've talked about was laying that foundation. We came back around and talked about whether or not you are the pawn that the enemy is using to break down the family. I need you all to get and understand that there literally is a war on family. How well we communicate with one another matters. It's not about me being the parent and you are the child. So you must do as I say, when I say, how I say. Understand that a child is a human being. They are a breathing vessel all on their own, learning and discovering the beauty of life all on their own. We serve as a guide for our littles so that they can be their best self and not the best version of ourselves because we created them. So let's think about it. How well do you articulate your needs and wants? How well do you listen when others share their needs and wants? Because when we talk about that flow of communication, there is a back and forth that takes place. Do you have the capacity to respond well? Do you have the capacity to respond well? Or do you need space and grace to develop a neural pathway to success? Maybe you're the one who needs that help in order to be your best self. So let's dive in. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back, 'cause this means war. Are you the queen of your household, knowing that you are the most powerful piece in the game and utilizing your influence to empower your family to be their best self? Remember, we talked about it's not checkers, it's chess. So understand the importance of you showing up as your best self. And if there's that moment when you are not, make sure you're getting what you need so that you can be that for those around you. But understand that you have to also let them in and be willing to be vulnerable along the way. Now, I can stand here and I can share with you a zillion ways in which we break down in communication, how we throw things off with communication. But that's not what I want for you. What I want is for you to start thinking about, if we were to communicate better, what are some things that we could do? And then what would be the benefits if we were to start communicating better? Now, this could be in your parent group. This could be between you and your loved ones, your mate, your partner, whoever you call them. This could be on your job if we communicated better. If we talked about teachers and scholars communicating better. If we talked about communicating better as colleagues. It does not matter where you are. Effective communication matters. So let's get into it. I'm going to share a couple now, and then right after the break, we'll share a couple more. So number one, I need you to be positive and pay attention to your body language. Have an open mind and make sure that you have an open body language. If I'm communicating with a child who's shorter than I am, then I'm going to get down to their level so we can be eye level. This would be intimidating, talking to my 5-year-old. This is scary to my 5-year-old. But if mommy were to get here and be like, baby, what's going on? What happened? Talk to me. It relieves so much pressure off of her to feel like now she got to tell a lie to keep from getting in trouble, right? Let's think of another way at which we can benefit from having quality conversations and engaging, not just with our body language, but also in other ways as well. So when we come back, we're going to get into more of it, but then I'm going to also talk to you about the benefits. So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this.
No Limit Cleaning. Your dirt is our business. Commercial cleaning. We educate people on compliance to get through the COVID crisis. Call us at 502-299-0714. No Limit Cleaning. Your dirt is our business. Again, that's 502-299-0714. Want your brand or business featured on The Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you.
Are you a poet for the people? Illuminating the emotions of those who know what suffering from an unjust system feels like. Everyone doesn't have the opportunity to hold a crowd by the ears, so for us to take on that role with our God-given craft, it's only right. Are you a poet for the people? A destiny meant not for the weak. We too have suffered trials and tribulations, experienced in rebuilding what was once torn down with the words that we speak.
Changing Image Barbershop is your best choice for your family haircuts. Just off of Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center. Changing Image Barbershop has lots of parking and plenty of seats inside with a great family environment where every customer is treated professionally and like family. They specialized in the newest styles and cuts. Changing Image is the best barbershop in the Ville. They now have a braider and over 15 barbers available to you. Call them at 502-907-0010 or visit them at 2251 Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center.
Welcome back, y'all. So listen, we're talking about communication for the nation. If you learn to communicate effectively your needs and wants, and you learn how to listen effectively when someone is sharing their needs and wants, guess what? We will have better relationships. Our world will be happier, healthier, and healed, and people will feel more valued in your life. So before the break, I started sharing with you in relations to what we need to do more of in order for us to have effective communication. Your body language matters. Pay attention to whether or not you're in a closed off stance when somebody is talking to you. Your facial expression when somebody's talking to you. The fact that you continue to look to see what time it is when someone's expressing how they feel, because nonverbal communication is still communication. And if a person is receiving that from you, then within their heart and mind, they may be thinking you really don't care. Now, it could be that this is just how you like to stand. Like, this is just how I like to stand. But understand that a person receiving your stance may view it otherwise. Another thing that I want to share with you, especially when talking, is making sure you pay attention to your conversation fillers. Well, you know, when I went the other. So number one, when you start talking like that, the person's like, spit it out. Tell me, what are you trying to say? Hurry up and give it to me. If you don't know what you're trying to say, they more than likely are not going to learn what you're trying to say and grow from it in order to support whatever it is you need from them. So when you're talking, make sure that you are brief and make sure you're being specific. Get to the point. Ladies, I hate to say it, we are the worst at this when it comes to lengthy paragraphs of our feelings, what we need, what we want, and we give the whole storybook. And by the time we get to the end of the first paragraph, take a breath, ready to talk again, our partner is like, I'm done. I can't. It's a wrap. Too much. Make sure you articulate your needs. Listen, I feel like this when you X, Y, and Z. If you can just be mindful of how I feel when if you can share with me in a different way, because that triggers me to an old version of me or pain from my past that I've already healed. See, when we communicate that sometimes our interactions are a trigger, a person who really cares about you is going to work on triggering you less. Now, again, it's not an overnight flip of the switch. So don't believe that it's going to happen the very next time. Give space and grace, but start recognizing if it starts to happen less and less over a period of time, right? So another thing, ask questions in paraphrase. Understand you have to know what you're talking about. Ask questions to let the person who's speaking know that you are paying attention, and to paraphrase to let them know that you are trying to understand what they're saying. My colleague did something very unique. Didn't understand it, but now I do, because it's a beautiful way of articulating, I hear you. A person can speak, and then after speaking, she would say, so what I hear you say is, and then she'll repeat back what she hears. And either it's right or it's wrong. But again, it is so powerful because I started using it myself, and it really helped clear up some miscommunication that was taking place, because I thought one thing, heard one thing, but it was really another. So try that for yourself. What I heard you say was X, Y, and Z. Be an active listener. Never talk over one another. Give space for each other to be your best self. Listen to understand where they're coming from, not to be understood. Learn how to be quiet and be present so that others can be able to speak on their truth. Remember to validate one another's feelings without judgment and comparison. That's not your job to judge somebody according to what you think and what you believe, because you have no idea what's inside of their box, what they're dealing with, or how they are processing things in life. So why judge to begin with, right? If anything, be there to provide opportunities for them to show you who they are and how they need to be. Do not compare. Comparison is the killer of joy. Maybe the breakdown in your life, maybe the breakdown with your children is because you're comparing the first child to the second child and the third child to the fourth child. And they're like, but we're totally different. But mama doesn't get it. Daddy doesn't get it, because you keep comparing. You may have birthed them, but they're all very different in their own right. So keep in mind how you communicate with one another matters just as much as what you're saying when you're not around one another. Be a mirror, show respect, show appreciation, show that you value them, show them you love them, whether you agree or not. Guess what? You can agree to disagree, but the biggest thing being your best self. Watch your tone and learn to be flexible within yourself first. How you speak is just as important as what you're speaking about. The quality of our conversations have to change. How we engage with each other has to change. But the biggest thing is ensuring that if we show up, figuring out where we are when it comes to that war on family, how we communicate and talk to one another, we are going to be better. But if you're not taking that time to figure out whether or not you're communicating well, or if you're a part of the breakdown, if you're not taking time to figure out if you're a good listener, or maybe you need to learn to listen better, if you're not taking time to figure out whether or not you even have the capacity to do the work required of you to help people be their best self, then that's where you need to start with. Then lastly, space and grace. If you need time to develop that, if you need more opportunities to develop that, then provide yourself with personal space, personal time, meditation time, time to sit with self, to listen, to read things that are going to help you to get better at whatever it is you listed in your journal in need of being your best self. So what happens when you communicate better, you build up trust. You learn to trust one another better. You prevent, and you resolve problems. You actually start to be in a better mood because you actually start to feel valued and respected. The love continues to flow within the relationship. You avoid misunderstandings. It helps you to grow and strengthen the love between you all, especially as parents, because one of the things we got to realize is there are toxic behaviors of our parents that pours into our relationships with one another and keeps us from being our best selves. And if your goal is to break generational curses, then it's your responsibility to make sure that the work gets done. You know whether or not you're strong enough. You know whether or not you are that queen, the most powerful piece in the game to do the work required of you. The biggest thing is showing up each and every day for you, so you can show up each and every day for yourself. If you would like to have a better relationship with your family, if you would like to have better relationships with your coworkers, effective communication matters, but it starts within before it pours out. So listen, y'all. We're going to wrap up this segment, but as always, we have a movement opportunity. So stay tuned because we're going to have some cardio and we're definitely going to make sure that we get some standing ab work in, something you can do even on the clock. Be empowered, live better, go grab your weights and your ropes, and I'll see you in a second.
0714. Want your brand or business featured on The Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you. No Limit Cleaning. Your dirt is our business. Commercial cleaning. We educate people on compliance to get through the COVID crisis. Call us at 502-299-0714. No Limit Cleaning. Your dirt is our business. Again, that's 502-299-0714.
Are you a poet for the people? Illuminating the emotions of those who know what suffering from an unjust system feels like. Everyone doesn't have the opportunity to hold a crowd by the ears, so for us to take on that role with our God-given craft, it's only right. Are you a poet for the people? A destiny meant not for the weak. We too have suffered trials and tribulations, experienced and rebuilding what was once torn down with the words that we speak.
Changing Image Barbershop is your best choice for your family haircuts. Just off of Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center. Changing Image Barbershop has lots of parking and plenty of seats inside with a great family environment where every customer is treated professionally and like family. They specialized in the newest styles and cuts. Changing Image is the best barbershop in the Ville. They now have a braider and over 15 barbers available to you. Call them at 502-907-0010 or visit them at 2251 Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center.
All right, you all, so we're back. So let's go ahead and wrap up effective communication with the demo. So here we are, we have Kid A and Kid B, all right? So imagine if this is the brain, the heart of a little. And you notice the different colors inside of here. Green means we're feeling good, we're feeling great, they're receiving a lot of positives. Yellow mean that they receive some positives, but they're receiving, it's okay, I'm here, whatever. But then you also have some red. Red means, okay, I've received a lot of damaging conversations. I was told I was nothing. I'm told that I'm not going to amount to anything. I'm constantly told I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. You ain't this, you ain't that. So red represents all the negatives. You know what it is. Whatever it is that it is for that kid, this would be the brain of them. This would be the heart factor of them. So imagine that kid who's given the good, right? So you're giving good and you have a lot of these positives. So when you interact with people, you're good to go. But then you have red. And this red represents anger, frustration. What do you think their response is going to be in life? If they're constantly being fed negative, then guess what? They're going to constantly live negative. So when you start to think about the brain set of a child and they're growing up, how aggressive they are, how angry they are, how quick they are to fight and to argue with other people, understand the importance of just how much of the red that they've received, how much they've been told that they're this or that, something that's negative and not so great. See, if this kid was poured into more positive green and yellow than they were before, then I promise you the outcome would be different than had they been given all of this negative communication from family, friends, etc. growing up. But then you have Kid B, who was receiving a lot of the good. Like, good job. Keep doing a great job. You're awesome and amazing. Keep working hard. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there for you. It's all right. Oh my goodness, you've gone through something. I can't even tell you've went through anything. Look at how awesome you are. Just keep pushing, keep climbing, keep growing. You have something else you've been through, but you're amazing. I want you to continue to work, continue to be on your grind. I love you. I love you. I love you. Kid B has been fed more positive than negatives. So what do you think is going to happen to this kid in comparison to the other? Chances are their likelihood is going to be more positive than negative. Think about the quality of your conversations with your littles the next time and start pouring more of the good into who they are. Because if you've poured into them positives and continue to pour into them positives, help, support, and advocate for them, your little will show up and be their best self. Now, that being said, how well you communicate your needs is important. So let's get into our workout. We're going to begin in 9 seconds. We're going to grab those ropes. You'll start with me and finish with yourself. So here it is. Now we can alternate from jumping up and down and make them toe taps. All you're doing is tapping your toes forward. Thanks. That's my friend. He keeps me on point. There it is. Resting, standing abs. Grab your weight. Here it is. Do a crunch. Knees are up. Keep that weight up. Try to keep those arms in that L shape and crunch. Bring that knee up as high as you can. Thanks. I needed that. Whoo, buddy. Now, if you want to add more, then you can crunch your upper body as well. All right. Woo. Back with those ropes. Okay. I know you're like, oh, we zooming today. We're doing 20 seconds of work with only 5 seconds of rest. Because let's say you only have about 7 minutes to work out. Let's say you're on your lunch break and you're like, I really just need a moment to be my best self. This is it. Woo. See how hard I'm breathing? That's all you need. Here we go. You're squatting down, and all I want you to do is do a torso twist. I'm gonna turn sideways for you so you can squat as low as you need and should. If you want to add upper body, then you can go here. Same thing. Grab those ropes. Jacks. Out and in with your legs. Woo! My hair cannot keep up. It's already sparkling. Thank you. Whew. Woo! Standing pike kicks. I want to lift from my upper torso right here. Not from the leg, not from the foot or knee, but I want to bring it up using my lower abs. You can do it on one side and then switch to the other, or you can alternate between the two. Whew. Whew. Rest. And then we're about to be right back at the top. Woo, buddy. 10 more seconds. Whew, I'm tired. Whew, I'm telling you. Make sure y'all eat right. Remember meals, MEALS. Okay, M, move daily. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. E, make sure that you eat clean. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body because that's what's going to come out of your body. A, make sure that not only do you eat clean, y'all, I'm like really killing it right now. Not only do you eat clean, but make sure that you're also making sure that you move, but accept feedback. You have people in your life right now who knows just a little bit more in certain areas of your life than you. Listen to them. The universe will always provide you with a team of individuals who want nothing but the best for you, right? We just got to learn how to swallow our pride to be great. L, I need you to love yourself. Love yourself through your process. Love yourself through your process. Stop looking for love in other people. You need to make sure you're full of that love within yourself. And then S, make sure you get that soulful stimulation so that you can be your best self. Now, biggest thing for you is making sure that you do 3 more rounds of this. Ropes can be toe taps. It can be leg kicks. It can be jacks. Make sure that when you do your standing abs that you squeeze that belly button in towards your spine. So if you notice, let's see if I can do a side view. So let's see. So this is me not squeezing in. And then this is me squeezing in. Belly button to spine. And then do the work. Activate the core first. Then do the activity. Okay? Activate the core. And then do the activity. But the biggest thing is in doing so, make sure you remember to breathe and go through the fullness of the exercises. There are so many other things that you can do when it comes to abs. You don't have to do them specifically on the floor. Standing abs are my favorite, where I have to stand all day. So while my littles are working, I can work too on an area that I want to get a great workout. So the biggest thing is making sure that you stay hydrated, love on yourself, get that soulful stimulation, be your best self, and I'll see you again the next time we come together. What happened to the... Yeah, I know. Like you normally go like
Your dirt
30
is
seconds.
Our business. Commercial
15
cleaning.
seconds.
We educate people on compliance
It's
to get through the COVID crisis. Call us at 502-299-0714. No limit cleaning. Your dirt is our business. Again, that's 502-299-0714.
Are you a poet for the people? Illuminating the emotions of those who know what suffering from an unjust system feels like. Everyone doesn't have the opportunity to hold a crowd by the ears, so for us to take on that role with our God-given craft, it's only right. Are you a poet for the people? A destiny meant not for the weak. We too have suffered trials and tribulations, experienced in rebuilding what was once torn down with the words that we speak.
Changing Image Barbershop is your best choice for your family haircuts. Just off of Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center. Changing Image Barbershop has lots of parking and plenty of seats inside with a great family environment where every customer is treated professionally and like family. They specialized in the newest styles and cuts. Changing Image is the best barbershop in the Ville. They now have a braider and over 15 barbers available to you. Call them at 502-907-0010 or visit them at 2251 Hikes Lane in the Bardstown Square Shopping Center.